Are the levels good now? Just want to make sure before diving in here. Defo here, SMB. Awesome. Alright, great. Good stuff. It's a shame that you couldn't hear some of the music, because the music's like the best part of Hylics, but whatever. Anyways. Alright, Super Meat Boy 90%. Hopefully under 20 minutes. Let's see what happens. I currently have a 1759, which is number 4 in the leaderboards. I'm sure I'll be number 5 soon, because we have this one guy named Mate who's hot on my tail. He's like 1 second off my PB, and he wants the 17, so I'm sure that he's gonna kick me down a notch any day now, but whatever. Alright, anyways, I'm good to go. Let's get the show on the road here. 3, 2, 1, meat. Alright, let's do this. So Super Meat Boy, it's again, I don't know what to say about this game that's not already been said. You play as a sack of meat, trying to rescue your bandaged girlfriend, level after level. This game came out in 2010. It's been ported to everything under the sun. You name a modern console, it probably exists there. So this is the 90% category of Super Meat Boy. What does that mean? So we complete 17 levels per chapter to access the boss for each chapter. And we just run straight through the levels. We don't do any collectibles, we don't go into any bonus zones. It's just, it's all Meat Boy all the time, really. And you see me pausing right now, that's a use of a glitch called the auto jump. So the auto jump is a way of basically making Meat Boy jump on every single frame that he touches a surface. Like so. Oh geez, alright. You may have seen me run this game at some other speedrunning marathon, yeah. Summer Games Done Quick 2016, I did a Dark Ending run. Dark Ending's a little bit different from this. Obviously, we do some extra levels. This is just like the bare bones, like, do the bare minimum that the game expects you to do, and yeah, just beat the game like as fast as possible. We have a couple of restrictions. This technically isn't true any %, if you want to call it that. This is technically any %, no major glitches. There's been a whole debate about that. We shorten it to any % because the true any % category sucks, and like we just want to make things simple for ourselves. The true any % involves like lagging your computer to allow Meat Boy to clip through walls, and also this like wrong warp, which is done by like manipulating the game's internal memory. So basically you jump from chapter 1 to chapter 6, which it was kind of a novel and exciting finding at the time, but it's like not a fun category to run. So the next best thing is like any %, no major glitches. Oops. Which is this category. So yeah, so we cleared the hospital, we beat the first boss. I feel like I've been skipping over a lot of the major events here. So we're in this chapter called Hospital right now. Excuse me. Hospital introduces these fan physics, which are like pretty intuitive, but like trying to master them takes forever and a day. Like you never really clear the level the same way twice with these fans. Oh jeez, alright, we're going around. So yeah, I don't know. Like, this game has such a storied history, especially this category. This guy, Exo, in 2012, comes out with this insane run on SDA. It's like an 1839. Prior to that, I think the best run was like, geez, I don't know, like a not a mid-20, like a mid-19 or something, right? People were like, oh my god, that's so good. Good luck beating that 19-minute time or whatever. Exo comes out with, I believe it's a deathless run, and it just looked super clean at the time. And this was back in 2012. And that record stood for years. People were like, this record's like straight up unbeatable. Then a few other people came along, some skips got found, which eventually dated his run, but it really took some time to get to that point. So Exo's kind of a legend. He has probably the most famous speedrun on YouTube of this category, just because it's like just the classic run. The current world record holder is Ham Banu. He's a French runner. He has a time of 17:41, right? So we've come almost a minute since Exo's run about 5 years ago. Things that have changed include this use of something called A and S, which are these two. It's like you use your two keyboard keys basically to skip cutscene transitions. So we use that. That saves about 10 seconds. Then we have the brownie skip, which comes up at the end of the next chapter. That saves about another 15 seconds. We basically skip the entire brownie race and go around the edge of the level. So that's another 15 seconds. So like eventually Exo's run became outdated, but it's still like an amazing run. I think it's like still top 15 on the leaderboards, and we have like almost 400 entries now. It's one of the most popular categories on speedrun.com, and he still has like an amazing time. Oops. Current active runners of this category, worth checking out. I'm kind of taking a step back from this category in particular. I'm sort of switching my focus back towards Dark Ending at the moment, but watch Mate27_. He's going for the sub 18 right now, and he's had some world record pace runs. So if he gets a PB, it could be huge. Like we're talking maybe world record potential. Vorpal, who is probably the longest running member of the Super Meat Boy speedrunning community. He's been going since like 2013. He has a 17:43, and he's working on bringing that down a few seconds. So he's worth checking out. Who else? There's like a bunch of new folks too that are coming in. If you're looking for if you're looking to like start speedrunning the game yourself, and like you want to like maybe look at some strats that aren't totally ridiculous. There's this guy Applesauce. He has some numbers after his name. There's this guy Applesauce and Lado Cappy. They both have like 21-minute times. They're both up-and-comers, like super active. This guy Thermospore is also actively running this game, and a newer guy. So it's really exciting. There's always like this like revolving cast of people. So there's like a lot of different ways you can sort of get into speedrunning this game just by like asking around, which is kind of cool. We also have a Discord. I'm not gonna like go out of my way to promote everything about the community. I'm just like saying it's cool. I really like this community. So yeah. Anyways, back to the run. Okay, so we're winding up Factory right now. This level is a pain, historically. Oh my god, don't die. These rockets are insane. That level's actually harder than its corresponding dark level, I'm pretty convinced. Oh, I missed that skip, shucks. Alright, whatever. That's like 6 seconds, it's not the end of the world. Excuse me? I'm like 1 pixel off from crumbling those blocks. Alright. So we're up to the brownie skip now. I'm going to do something called a sprint jump here out of bounds. And that takes me around the edge of the map, and I can just skip right to the end. Basically, a sprint jump is activated by toggling sprint as you're hitting a wall. Which is useful for like fast climbing and stuff. It saves like a few tenths here and there. But if you're just like starting out, it's like something that people usually don't do. But you'll see like top level runners going for it pretty frequently. I'm dying a lot here. This is Hell. Hell probably has the hardest strats in the entire run. It's just kind of headache after headache. I'm gonna try something up here called Hex Skip on this next level. Skip a platform. I'll just try it once. Yeah, I got it. Alright, great. That requires a super light tap jump in which you actually lose height instead of gain height. One of those things that just takes forever to learn. Alright. Yeah, Hell's like the run killer. I think regardless of your skill level, people usually have some struggle on this particular chapter. Oh, jeez. Especially if you like watch Warple or somebody, he kind of goes all out in this particular chapter. There's lots of crazy strats. Oh, nice. I try to play it a little bit more reserved, just for the sake of like, you know, actually getting more runs to the end. But that's the thing, there's a lot of versatility in playstyle with this game. So you'll never really see like two runners approach something the exact same way. There's always a little bit of personal flavor, which is surprising given that this is basically just a run and jump platformer. I bonked there, alright. So I could have done a skip there where I actually go basically into the laser eyeball and jump up to the top there, but I'll just play it easy here. In the interest of time. I set my estimate expectations kind of high, given that I haven't played this game too recently. Anyways. You see the auto jump there. Yeah, whenever you see me pausing, that's auto jump at work, basically. It's a wonderful, wonderful tool. Alright, so now we're off to Littlehorn, boss numero 4. So if you stand here, in this spot, and jump a couple of times to dodge his fist hitboxes, you're in the clear. This is like a pretty wide area. You can stand like over here and you'll be fine, you can stand like over here and you'll be fine, so I'd kind of choose somewhere in the middle. But this boss is free. All of these bosses were designed in like a week, so there's definitely some kind of hilarious exploits with these guys. Numero 4, yeah, whatever. Dance game all you want. I don't know Spanish. It's Quattro, right? It's Quattro. Sorry. Anyways, alright, Littlehorn's down. Okay, so the saying goes, if your run doesn't die to hell, it dies to rapture. Because not only does this chapter have some crazy strats going on, it also has like the most RNG in the entire run. It starts with a real zinger. The screen goes white there because of the boss cutscene. It's like a little residual effect that just like doesn't go away when you enter the next chapter if you mash fast enough. Here's a fun strat that saves a half second. I died. Alright, good. That's why you don't go for the half-second time save. Instead you do this, which is far more intelligent. Hey. Okay. So yeah, Rapture's tricky. We have these repulsors going on. They're like basically fans that spit you out in like circular directions instead of linear directions. They take forever to figure out in casual play. I died. This is usually where people just stop playing this game the first time because the new mechanics typically don't make a lot of sense to people. I know when I first started, I was understanding the repulsor animation as like changing how far you go when you like interact with one of them. I don't know. It's a mess to figure out, but this is a fun level. If you miss this key on the right here, you have to start the level over again. Thankfully I got it. Didn't get the fast cycle, but I'll cut myself a break. Fleetfest says, warm ham, surprised to hear that there's variability, even in the elite speedrunning level. Yeah, yeah, there's definitely a lot of like personal style, depending on like what strats you go for, right? Because there's like a bunch of optimizations that aren't necessarily RTA viable, but people try to go for them anyways. And because there's like 90 levels, there's like 90 ILs, right? So given that there's like so many ILs within this speedrun as a whole, like it just opens up a lot of opportunities for like people to go for certain strats over others. Like you basically get to map out like where you want to go safe and like where you want to go like hard as possible. Which is kind of cool. It definitely keeps you speedrunning this game long after most people typically speedrun a game. I just like passed the 2,000 hour mark a couple weeks ago, and I'm still finding new things to try out, new strats to go for. Which is cool. Nice. I've also been having computer issues the last couple weeks, unfortunately, which has kind of inhibited my ability to practice this game in the way that I want, but it's been going okay so far this run. A couple of minor flubs, but nothing too drastic. That's a big issue with this game. This game runs incredibly inconsistently from PC to PC. So, like, if it doesn't run like at a solid 60 FPS, you're in deep trouble. So this is Larry. Larry is the big RNG component of this run. He has 3 heads. Ideally, he just jumps into the saws 3 times in a row, but usually he sticks around for a little bit longer and overstays his welcome. Let's see how long we have to wait here. Ideally, we go to 3 cycle. Right now we're at 6 cycles. Alright, 7 cycles is about average. It's definitely a pain in the butt if you're looking for a good run. You just gotta wait Larry out. That's like the biggest reason that I prefer Dark Ending, actually, is because Larry factors into the run less because it's like twice as long. But Larry definitely plays a pretty big role once you get into like the 18-minute time range for any percent. What? Hey, there we go. Alright, I just had like a brain fart there. And there. Alright, so this is the final chapter. It has a bunch of kind of long levels. Just recapping what you've learned. This is the longest level in the run, actually. It's about 20 to 25 seconds, depending on your skill level. Some people can do it under 20 minutes, and that's amazing. I don't get how. I think we're shooting for like a 21 here. A couple of cool cycle skips. This is one of them, hopefully. Ah, we missed it. So if I didn't hit that wall, I could have actually saved a second here. So we gotta wait these saws out. That's okay. Ah. Okay. Now Omega. This level can take people hours on their first playthrough. And for good reason. It's just a tough one. With a little auto jump strat, we can circumvent a key grabbing section. Clear the level in about 16 or 17 seconds. So we've made it to the final boss. This is Fetus. Fetus has 2 phases. This first phase, which is kind of an auto-scroller. The second phase, which is more open-ended. Oh, dang, I almost hit that saw. That would have put me over estimate. Dodge that bullet. Alright. So, now we just get to wait here. Because we did a saw skip there, we reached this button way earlier than we're supposed to, so we get to just kind of chill out here. Funny thing is, if I step off of this button, I like doing this or something, then I will regain collision and the saws will kill me. However, if I remain on this button, the saws will just pass right through me, like I'm a ghost, which makes this possible. Who knows why, but video games. Alright, so this is escape. Time's coming up in a second here. I just have to make it to the end here. Time is when the cutscene starts. And time. So I got like a 1929. That's pretty good for like basically not playing this game for a week. Cool.